Hey there, Julia here. Today I'm excited because I'm walking you through probably my favorite journal in my lineup over the past few years, my pen and ink journal. This will be my third year setting one of these up, and it's been such a joy to have this chronological record of my fountain pen and ink journey and hobby. 2025's journal, I feel, really served me well. I loved the size. This is an A5 size. And I loved the paper at the start of the year, but I ended up not so fond of it by the end of the year. So I wanted to make an adjustment there. We will do a flip through of this one as well. So for 2026, I'm moving into this. Let's talk about what we're working with on the outside, and then we'll work our way inside, and I'll show you the initial pages I have set up for 2026. So the cover is by Hobonichi. I think it's called Too Light, and I love the pattern on this very subtle plaid in the background, and then these painterly flowers. They don't have painterly texture or anything. They are smooth, but I love that effect on there, and the colors just perfect. And then we have a pin loop here. You can use it as two separate pin loops or put one pin through both loops and it closes the cover for you. So we open it up and we have just a little peek of those painterly motifs kind of peeking out of the pockets, which I really love. And in the pockets, I have several swatch cards. Sometimes I just like to check out an ink quickly and not necessarily in the journal, or if I wanted to compare on different types of paper, etc. It's just nice to have swatch cards readily available. So I have a few different ones, some Wearingeul swatch cards. These I really like. I can't even remember where I got them, but the paper is quite thin and it shows properties really well. I might have got them at a pen show or something, but I really like the box too. It's like an oversized matchbook. But I have those in there. My traveling Annabelle pen, that is a sticker that I just moved from ink journal to ink journal because I don't want to stick it down anywhere. And then I also have blotter paper readily available. In the back, I have tabs that I've made that match the notebook, and I'll just add those in as we go through the months so that I can reference certain months there. And then I have this Segundo paper, which I really enjoy. I got it at the Tokyo Pen Show, and I just thought it'd be nice to have a little stash of it back here for paper reference as well. So let's talk about this beautiful notebook. This is an A5 notebook from Leela Journals. She used to do bullet journaling, planning content here on YouTube, but has since started making her own notebooks and stationery and accessories, and she's killing it. I love her aesthetic taste. I think she does a fantastic job with her journals. Most of them are the 160 GSM, bright white, kind of bullet journal style dot grid notebooks. But here recently, she listened to feedback from the community at large, and with more people getting into fountain pens, has offered some of her notebooks with Tomoe River paper. So you get these beautiful covers with fountain pen friendly paper. Yes, thank you. So I ended up with a couple of her notebooks. I have this one and I have a B6 notebook that I'm not putting to use quite yet, but this one I just could not say no to for an ink journal, and it goes with the flower theme here. So that's what I'm rolling with. Yes, I am trusting the Tomoe River paper for 2026. They have made some changes, and I made sure to do a pretty wide range pen test in the back with my most used pens. So I do have fountain pens in here, definitely from extra fine to abroad, very sheeny ink in this Banu here. And then I also did swatches because there are going to be a lot of swatches in this notebook. And so we did get a little bit of kind of heavier show through here in the swatches, but nothing too crazy. Emerald of Chivor is a pretty intense ink formulation wise. So I thought it did pretty good. It did not bleed onto this page. And so I hope I don't eat these words later. I have confidence in this paper to be my ink journal. I'm very excited about it being the same paper as my main planner. So I should not get wild differences in color or performance when it comes to working in multiple journals and planners. So let's go through the spreads that I've set up so far, and we're also going to put in my goals and intentions for the hobby for 2026. Here's the cover page. I pretty much kept the same kind of vibe as the 2025 one, using some new stamps that I got and some pen and ink related washi tape. These are swatch stickers that are available in my Etsy shop. Love them for quick decoration. I don't have to pull out any inks or the whole shebang. And I don't have to worry about things bleeding or feathering or anything like that. So it's looking really good. I do like the cover page this year. This I like to keep open just as a place to throw in stickers from pen friends, from Happy Mail, from orders. Whenever you order from the retailers, sometimes you get stickers. So I just like to fill this page with stickers. And then opening up, here is my hobby future log type of spread. So here I do have little mini stickers also from my shop, so I can get an eye on what each month looks like. And then I have it broken down into events. So here are like pen shows and stationery events around the world. I'll probably do similar to what I did last year and just kind of highlight the ones that I plan on going to. And then any sales that happen during these months, I will try to put them in these boxes, and that way whenever I'm planning purchases for the next year or just looking back to see when sales were, a lot of times the sales are repeated year over year. So I just thought it would be kind of cool to track what's going on so I can make purchases at smart times. And then down at the bottom, if any fun releases, any juicy gossip, anything like that happens during these months, I can note that here and just have this like overview of the pen and ink community / hobby in general, just kind of have a record of that here. I didn't use it as much as I wanted to last year, but I did have a few things in here. I already have the Sailor Don't Miss the Boat sale, the Black Friday Fountain Pen Day sales in here as well. So on this page, I have just my 2026 stats. I think last year I tried to also keep up with like the net, like how many after I bought and sold, like how many did I actually end up with. But you know what? I don't care. So I just have this to fill out at the end of the year, how many pens I purchased, how many I sold, and how many were gifted. This will fill out together in just a little bit, talking about the goals and intentions for the hobby this year. And then over here, I'm treating this section like an index. So I have 2 pages for fountain pens, 1, 2, 3 pages for inks, and they're already kind of decorated here. But I noticed in my 2025 pen and ink journal that if I was looking for a specific ink or pen in here, that it was kind of hard to flip through as it's supposed to be. It's a chronological thing and it's not my pen and ink directory, but sometimes I wanted to see it in a larger swatch or with a larger writing sample or with my initial thoughts, and it took a little bit to find. So I want to just, every time I use a pen in here, just like write it down, and then maybe what month it's in, because this doesn't have page numbers. In a perfect world, this notebook would have page numbers, and then I would just say what page it's on, but I might just do what month it's in, so that way it at least narrows down where I'm looking. So I have that for fountain pens and for inks. So this might be a cool way also to see like, okay, what inks did I use this year? Like at a glance. What pens did I use this year at a glance? I'll try to keep this somewhat tidy. We'll see. And then I went ahead and set up the inks to use in 2026. I really loved doing this in 2025, just going through and like choosing, I think it was 9 inks or so that I wanted to use at some point during the year. And let's see. So here was the spread from last year, and I ended up using all of them except for Water Bear, which I might end up just, scooching over here. So I thought this was really fun, really neat year-long challenge, but I wasn't really super hard on myself about it. It was just fun to see if I could use all the inks and just really use some of the inks that caught my eye, but I haven't, for whatever reason, put them in a pen yet. So I have this ready to go. This will be a thing. And then in the back, you may have saw, I have a page for what Cam has inked. He doesn't go through his pen and ink pairings that often, so I feel like I can fit everything for the entire year just on this page. So yeah, after this, we have the January tab. It'll probably be January currently inked. And then I will fill this with ink swaps and ink explorations and paper explorations and spreads about new pens and new inks and just maybe things that I learn along the way. Just this record of the fountain pen hobby, what's going on, just like the snapshot of the year in this journal. So let's flip back to goals and intentions. I will be writing in this today with my Say fountain pen. This is the jellyfish design. The technique is called chinkin. It's beautiful, and even more special on the inside is Annabelle from Opus Cineris, her harmonic nib, which she makes from nothing, from scratch. Melts down the gold, shapes it, engraves it, grinds it. It's just a super special pen and a super special nib. Oh yeah, and it's inked with Kobe Sumiyoshi Brown. All right, let's talk about these goals and intentions. Like, I don't go super hardcore on this because it's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. We are not putting unnecessary pressure on this, but it's also nice to just write these things down, keep it in mind, let it be sort of similar to my main planner thought with goals, and just have it be more of a focus, more of a thing that I am striving towards in the new year, some sort of like direction, we'll say. Okay, first up, I feel like the pens that I buy should align with my stationery wallet. And I've explained my stationery wallet before, but basically it's a spreadsheet that I keep that lists all the pens that I buy, all the pens that I sell, the money that I make from Etsy, affiliate money, things like that, like the income that is generated from the pen planner related situation. That is all put into the spreadsheet, and then the spreadsheet be calculating with the formulas. And that's how I know how much money I can spend on pens. And then I turn around and share those pens, and it should be this cyclical thing where I'm not dipping too much into my actual money to purchase pens to share on the channel and to use. Hopefully that makes sense, but that started off as like a low buy thing that I tried, I think 2 years ago now, and I've just been operating this way since, kind of using that stationary wallet as mostly a pen wallet. Okay, next up, ink purchases need to be at an all-time low. And so I also have a tip for myself. When I'm tempted by a new ink, I need to do a spread in this journal and find dupes within my own collection. I need to be shopping my own collection because I have so many inks and storage is becoming a little bit of an issue. Kinda like there is room in this room for more inks, but I don't want to have inks everywhere that I know I can't get through. And right now it's a little wild and wacky. So I should only be purchasing inks that fill a void within my current collection. So when I'm tempted by ink, I'm running to my ink directory and I'm seeing if I already have something that looks like that. Okay, the next one is kind of funny. So I need to beware of TWSBI releases. Don't always fall for the hype. They have been releasing banger after banger, and I've been like, hey, I have TWSBIs always inked now. They're in a cup and I need all the colors. I do not need all the colors. It is fine. I just want to make sure that before I buy a TWSBI that I actually love it, because a lot of the time, I think all of the TWSBIs that I have are the special hardware, like upcharged one that's not 30 something dollars. It's more like $50, $60. And so that adds up quickly. So I just need to beware. This next one should be fun. I want to have more fun with swatching tools and experimentation. I recently got the ink mascara. There's glass dip nibs. There's just these like fun muddler things. I just want to have a little more fun and experiment more with swatching and just ways to have fun with inks. And then I think the last one I want to add in here is to refocus on nib tuning and nib grinding. Life got busy the last half of 2025, and even though I have a pretty sweet setup for nib grinding, and I've recently got some new bits to go on my drilling machine pen thing, I really haven't sat down and used it in quite a while, and I want to really get good at least tuning and kind of maximizing my nib, so that if I have a nib that could write a little wetter, or maybe writes too wet, or just isn't ideal, I want to be able to make those adjustments on my time and just have that skill. So, and I really enjoyed it whenever I was in it more. So maybe that's something that also the members and I could work on together, have some fun with, have learning moments there. But I do want to refocus on that. But yeah, I think that will do it for this pen and ink journal setup. I am very excited about the journal and the year ahead in the hobby. Let me know what you think. And if you keep your own pen and ink journal, what are some of your favorite spreads to include in yours? I think we all could use some ideas down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to watch this thing fill up. If you want to see how I organize my ink collection, because I don't do it in here, I'll leave my ink directory video here to watch next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.